Hello, my dear friends. How are you? I hope I find you all in good health and safe and sound. Welcome. Thank you for joining me here. I'm Arith Härger, and today's video is a major update on the future of my work, the major changes concerning my presence at YouTube and at the patron platforms. If you care about any of this, there's a couple of things that must be addressed, and I'll be as succinct as much as it is possible and straight to the point as much as I can. I'll divide this video by issues so you can better navigate through it, right? Now, as many of you already know, I have decided to pass my work into Patreon and leave YouTube behind almost entirely. Mind you, I underline almost entirely. I've explained why on the video I've done about YouTube changes and their support of Israel and how Google uses its platform, especially YouTube, to push Israel's political propaganda and genocide denial, as well as to express and foment the Zionist agenda. Something I'm absolutely against for the reasons given in that video. Don't worry, I'm not going to repeat what was said in that previous video. So if you want more information about it, please check that video. And as a channel that has been focused on the historical truth as much as it is possible to reach it scientifically and through a lot of research, I don't want my channel to be used as a mechanism, as a tool for falsehoods and distortion of the truth, especially through means by which I have absolutely no control, as it is YouTube, well, Google, that controls which advertisements to appear, when and to whom. I cannot stay in a platform like that, at least for now. We shall see what the future holds. And I know many of you talked about demonetizing my channel. I don't know if that's how you say it, or, well, not monetizing my channel and all of that, which is quite strange, making reference to that, since I have specifically also addressed that point in that previous video. And I'll say it again, my channel isn't monetized. I have taken that out. I have tested it, especially now, given these circumstances. Doesn't work in relation to having advertisements in videos, right? I don't remember if it was since September 2020 or 2021 or 2019, but somewhere around that time. Doesn't matter if your channel is monetized or not, doesn't matter if you are a YouTube partner or not, doesn't matter if you only have one single video at YouTube, because every video will now have advertisements anyway, and it's been like this for a couple of years now. So you will always see advertisements no matter what. Surely people can use ad blockers, and rumor has it, I don't know if this is true, but it's just rumor, that that's one of the things actively destroying channels, as it seems YouTube doesn't count views from people using ad blockers, and that is the end of hundreds of channels. That's a very good way to end the work of content creators in this platform, as without views, well, the channel progressively slips into shadows and is forgotten. Surely you can also pay YouTube to not see ads, but you are giving money to a platform that supports Israel and its apartheid regime and ethnic cleansing program against the Palestinians. So that's your choice. The point is, there are many reasons why many content creators are displeased with this platform, YouTube. But speaking for myself, of course, of all the things that really makes me feel like this has become, in these past 2 or 3 years or so, a total waste of time and resources and effort, well, Israel financing this platform to pass Zionist propaganda advertisements is the last straw for me. So I'm not going back on my word. The decision has been made, and you have that previous video for more details on this matter. Let's move on. That particular video came out on the 25th of September 2025, and I have explained that despite this decision, I still had or have scheduled videos until the end of November 2025. And perhaps some people did not understand what schedule means, scheduled, because not even 48 hours after the release of that video, on another video I have submitted, there was this comment and a few similar comments like this. And well, here's one of the major reasons why this world shall never be at peace, because of whining little bitches who are perhaps hard of hearing, or were just born silly, or more likely whose brain cells stop regenerating, because sometimes the stupidity is such that even your own body wants to accelerate the process to reach the very sweet end, which is far better than having to pass through all of this daily anguish and madness of dealing with your idiocy. So there are still scheduled videos, and that means I've recorded a lot of videos before announcing what I have announced on that previous video. Videos that I have been, well, I've done the research, they have been done, completed, submitted, and with a set date to go live. So just because you see them coming, you see these videos coming, doesn't mean I'm still here. So those videos will still come, right? They have been scheduled. However, I've made a poll because of that comment and similar comments, asking you if I should leave immediately and cancel those scheduled videos, or if I should stay at least until the end of this year and let me at least complete 9 years of being a content creator at YouTube. I did not make that poll, so you can decide on my life or work, nor did I expect people to dictate what my moral values should be. That poll is me expressing my consideration for you and for the years of friendship and support, and taking into consideration that many of you not only care about me, but are also worried about my own person. You told me so. And for many of you, I have been the company you have every week for the past 9 years. This according to you. So I wanted you to decide if I stay just a little bit longer or not, so you can prepare yourselves for the inevitable. Because I've made my decision. My decision is final, and I have expressed in that video, right, that decision. And lo and behold, you have voted. By the time I took the print screen, the poll, there were like 900 votes at that point. And it's clear that most people wish me to stay until at least the end of this year, 2025. And so it shall be. The first victory for democracy in the past decade. Well done, everyone. Now, what's to become of this channel and my work? As I said before, I won't delete this channel, as many of you have asked me not to delete it. And indeed, there's been a lot of work involved, a lot of effort. I've spent time, energy, and resources on this. I've been fully dedicated to this and to you. So the channel will still be here, so you can rewatch the videos whenever you want, or when you want to use my videos for your own research. This doesn't mean that YouTube itself won't delete my channel for whichever reason. YouTube has been quite unpredictable, which is why, for safekeeping, I have opened a collection at the Patron platform, where I will slowly be submitting every video I've created for YouTube since 2016 until the end of 2025. And that collection, titled Old YouTube Videos, is for free, open to the public, open to anyone. So you can also watch the videos in there at the Patreon platform, free of charge. I won't submit to that collection bloopers, announcements, updates, and stuff like that. Only important subjects of the educational sort, and I'll be submitting them as I go. This takes a little bit of time, which will eventually be almost 600 videos or something like that, for free and for safekeeping should YouTube go down, or if YouTube takes down my channel. Now, I won't leave YouTube completely, as I've said many times now, even though I'll move to Patreon almost entirely. So what can you expect here in my channel next year, 2026? Well, I'll continue the research work and doing videos for patrons, right? And we shall get to that in a moment. So here at YouTube, I'll submit shorts about the new works in video format that I shall submit at Patreon, so you can have a glimpse on what I'm making, what I'm working on, and decide for yourselves if it's a subject you are interested on, and either join Patreon to watch the content or not. I'm not forcing you to do anything. It's really just up to you, but you shall know what's going on at least. As far as I know, YouTube Shorts are not monetized. They don't have advertisements either, I think. So it's a safe way to let you know on what subjects I'm working on at Patreon. Here at YouTube, I've also decided to submit videos once in a while, updating you concerning myself and my life, because again, I know you have told me countless times, and I appreciate and take into consideration and thought about it long and often before making these decisions, the fact that many of you do like me surprisingly and care about me and are worried about me. And from my part, it would, at least in my view, it would be rude, cold, and selfish to completely abandon the people that genuinely care about me and have been supporting me all these years. So I'll have updates on things, on how things are going in my life, and updates on my work, including on my solo music project, which many of you have listened to and you enjoyed it. At least that was your feedback, right? Let me underline here and be quite clear about this. Don't think that it is easy for me to abandon YouTube for almost 9 years of building with you a community from nothing. So clever little twats like this one truly have no sensibility and grace. So my YouTube channel started as a hobby and a distraction as a means of survival due to my mental health, and it worked. It actually saved me on many levels. It gave me a sense of fulfillment and responsibility. It gave me a purpose, and quite honestly, it gave me hope in humanity as well. I have received thousands of comments and messages from you, and some death threats as well. But a lot of comments and feedback expressing your appreciation and love for me. That's what's important. For someone who has passed through difficult moments in life and violence, long had I lost my faith in humanity. But you have shown me that quite a lot of people are kind of heart and mind. There are still many gentle souls, and it's worth creating connections with other human beings, human persons. In fact, it's because of many of you that I have progressively become more focused, or just focused on the affairs of this world and what affects human beings, something that I did not care about many years ago. Because I've started to have genuine love for people. That's why. Despite sometimes being truly hard every time there's a little sad prick trolling around. But I have become more focused on life and on human beings, which, well, by consequence, also helped me to actually live life, be focused on life, on reality, instead of hiding in escapisms. So it's not easy to leave. I won't leave you entirely, as I said. However, my own convictions and morals speak loudly, and I have to be true to myself and my beliefs, and also true to what I believe to be right and true to my word. I take my promises and oaths very seriously, and I strive to be a good and honorable man as much as I can, as much as it is possible. I'm only human after all, and to be bound to the truth, even if it costs my life. So thank you, my dear friends. Many of you are quite dear to me, which is why I'll keep you updated concerning my own life, because many of you have shown me friendship and love, and that truly means a lot to me. Many of you have shared very, very kind words that have lifted me up in very dark moments in life. Fuck off, tears, not on my watch. As I was saying concerning future videos that from time to time I shall submit at YouTube, I haven't forgotten about the series I have produced in this channel and have not yet finished them. I'm well aware of that. Concerning my esoteric approach to the runes, those were the very few videos or series that were not academic at all. Besides, I was making remakes at this point, or just making remakes of the first row of runes, but I see no point in continuing that. You already have plenty of videos on my own esoteric interpretations concerning the runes, and there's plenty of content all over the place concerning rune esotericism. So no point in continuing that. Concerning my series on classical studies, which so far were not a lot of videos, not yet, I don't think I will continue those series either in here at YouTube. Not a lot of people cared for it, and it's a lot of research, a lot of work just to see it sink into forgetfulness, which is quite frustrating, as you might imagine. So those series I shall continue at Patreon. And other series as well, such as Iberian paganism and such. The only series I really mean to finish and still submit here at YouTube from time to time, only the gods know when, are my White Wand series. It seems that to many of you, the information on those series was quite useful on a personal level in your spiritual and magical endeavors. I shall finish those eventually. Will I ever fully return to YouTube? Well, no one truly knows what the future holds. The foreseeable future is hard to decipher, and beyond that is unknowable. It's not entirely impossible that I may fully return to YouTube at some point, but things have to change quite a lot, especially concerning this very platform and how it behaves. So the problem isn't you, the problem isn't me, the problem is this platform. It really does depend on the future of the Israeli-Palestine conflict, if YouTube presents itself as a trustworthy platform, if it makes changes to be on the right side of history, if it stands for the truth and becomes a reliable platform, if it stops being financed by Zionists, if it stops promoting their agenda. Who knows, maybe Google will someday gain a spine and balls to go along with it. Now, concerning Patreon, I have created Patreon because you asked me to. Surprisingly, there were many of you a couple of years back who really wanted me to create a Patreon because you wanted me, you wanted to support me and support my work through a monetary amount. That decision actually helped this channel to become ever more scientifically driven and giving you the sources and presenting facts. There's been more research work in one single year from my part than all the research I have ever done while I was taking my degree in archaeology. And all thanks to your contributions, your monetary contributions, right? So Patreon became a really good thing for me because, well, not only it was life-saving on many levels, but it allowed me to have access to buy a lot of resources and present information here for free at YouTube. With patrons' financing, it helped me to survive and helped me to deliver many studies for free in video format. Many of you still remember that despite having YouTube, there was a time I had 3 jobs to be able to survive. It was madness, and small wonder I almost lost my mind and my mental health was in shambles. I don't know what the future holds, but I do hope this keeps going, right? I still have a lot of knowledge to share, if you allow me, of course. Many things may change, obviously, and who knows, even Patreon might go down and I will disappear entirely from the internet. Except for my solo music project, that has to remain as it is a hobby I'm having loads of fun with. But I do hope patrons continue to come so I can continue my work as an independent researcher, and it truly helps me to survive in this world. Truth be told, you know this, many of you already know about this. But well, since I'm flocking to Patreon almost entirely and my main work, my research work will be there, I have made a few alterations concerning the tiers, the options people can choose and the content presented in those tiers. So here we go, what you can expect at Patreon. So there's one tier that remains the exact same. That's the Varum tier for my solo music project. Obviously, you can still buy the digital copies of my music works at Bandcamp, but in this tier you have access to all the work concerning Varum, behind the scenes, news, upcoming works, what I'm working on, artwork, concerning my music project, of course, and downloading the music I create. That's the main point, to download every music I've created. And then there's the first tier. This is the old one as I present here on the screen, and the new one with the differences pretty much the same, almost the same. The major differences being access to Q&A of a particular subject, but in written form, while in video format is for another tier. We shall get to that. But I'll leave it here on the screen, somewhere on the screen, so you have the time to know about this tier and the content delivered in it to anyone who wishes to join it. So let's move into the other tier. I should rectify this actually concerning the horror stories. That's something I haven't done in a long while. A very long time. Neither those nor the fantasy ones based on my dreams, my spiritual experiences, and on Norse myths as well. But I may return to those actually at some point. But you still have the main thing about this tier is that you have access to a lot of papers and academic works. The next tier is to answer your doubts and questions concerning Scandinavian and Nordic studies only, short answers that only require an answer in written format. People in the first tier will also have access to them, right? To the written format, the answering your questions in written format, as you saw previously. But in video format, it's exclusively for this tier. That's the point. Not much has changed, actually, other than those things. And I would like to point out that occasionally, as I've done in the past, there's complementary information and sources in written form to videos I have done, like notes and such. So that complementary work will also be available to the previous tiers. And this one shall have longer texts concerning my work on particular subjects, or even having in written form the content of my own videos, right? The other tier, this is the one that shall have the bigger boost now that I shall continue my work at Patron, the research work at Patron alone. So the type of videos I do at YouTube, you are used to, familiar with, will now be exclusively for Patron and for this tier. And since March 2023, it's no longer possible to maintain contact with me through email, because that quickly escalated and I would spend most of my days, most of my time answering emails everywhere I went, and it was exhausting, not only because I was still working on a lot of stuff and then projects and whatnot, and I was still in archaeology, but some people really had no self-control, and not only I was talking to more than 100 people a day, some people would send me 5, 10, even 20 emails a day, daily, every day, forever. It really was a lot, and soon my only work became this, answering emails, just answering emails. And most people were really not sending any doubts and questions as I asked them concerning the work I do, if you take my meaning. So also no longer access to the Google Drive folder with sources, simply because all the Google Drives I have shared files with sources are absolutely full. It became an uncontrollable monster. All the patrons before this video you are watching right now that have access to it shall continue to have access as a taping of this video, but no more access to this for future patrons as of the taping of this video, because I can no longer work through it. It's full, it's slow. I've already paid to expand the size of all the drives on my countless accounts for this, so I could put more files in it, and it's just maddening. So it's basically the tier where my main work shall continue. The videos and the subtitles and the research shall continue, right? This is all for 2026, right? I remind you that due to democracy, I shall remain at YouTube until the end of this year, 2025. But many things may change. Who knows? I might just become a farmer and a multi-instrumentalist doing metal music among my cabbages. But this is the plan for the foreseeable future, the plan B and the plan C. The plan D is opening an OnlyFans to show you, of course, my dancing moves if everything goes terribly wrong. So, my dear friends, this is the update I wanted to give you. Again, there's still scheduled videos, and I'll remain here as normal as it has always been until the end of 2025. Again, I underline, don't think this is an easy decision. I know you only see me once a week in some videos for a couple of minutes saying some words, but behind there's a man who uses his brain from time to time, and I've given much thought to this. This is not by far the biggest sacrifice I've ever done, not even close, but it's still not easy given the amount of love, friendship, and support I got from you and the time it took to build this community from nothing, a channel I always wanted it to be a safe space for learning. So there's been so much research involved, so much work, a lot of dedication and love. I've got to know many of you. I was able to share a lot of things with you and you with me, vice versa. I have learned quite a lot as well. It's been 9 years of this. This decision is harder than deciding to abandon archaeology for good, actually. But again, who knows what the future holds? Many things are still unpredictable. There's still a long way to go. Life is full of surprises and wonderful possibilities. Thank you, my dear friends. Thank you for today. Until we meet again.